One of the best parts about business school is probably the collaboration you get to do in teams, working with your classmates. Unfortunately, a lot of times this teamwork can be frustrating when you have to collaborate with a lot of different people. Everyone's doing a different part of the project. Everyone's on their doing their own thing, has their own way of working, and then at the end, you're trying to gather everything together and keep track of things, the research that people are doing, the projects, the articles that they find, the pictures, and at the end, you try to put something together and it's all over the place. So what I want to show you is some really efficient and cheap, meaning free, ways that you can help your team collaborate and become really efficient and really effective. I learned how to use these tools thanks to my OM 865 Idea Lab class with Professor Nitin, and I'm going to show you how they work. So the first tool that I'm going to show you how to use is Evernote. A lot of people maybe use Evernote for their own personal things. Like I used to use it just to keep track of receipts and other documents. I never really realized how great of a tool it is to use when you're working with a team. So if you don't have an Evernote account, I would go set one up right now. It's really easy, and like I said, it's free. So go take care of that. Now that you've got your account all set up, and you logged in, this is most likely what you're going to see if you just created your account for the first time. Just to give you a quick walk around Evernote so you can see how it works. Here you'll have your list of notes. It'll have each note with the title, a little description. It kind of looks like email. Here's the actual note, and here are your notebooks. Here's where you can change all the account stuff. So the first thing you want to do if you want to make your team really effective and collaborate with everyone, you're going to want to start a notebook. So the way Evernote works is it's kind of like a database where each notebook is a table in the database, and each note is an entry in the database in that table. And you can tag everything. And if you don't know anything about databases, then don't worry about that. But the way basically it works is everything's organized into notebooks. So if you're working on your team, and so for this video I'm going to make up a project, and let's say we're making a slide presentation about Tesla motors. Okay, so first thing you want to do is you want to start a notebook by clicking here, clicking new notebook, and we're going to call this Tesla project. And this is where Evernote becomes really powerful. So I just made a notebook called Tesla project. Now anything I make and I do in this notebook will be in the notebook. That makes sense. So, but where Evernote becomes really powerful for collaborating is by sharing the notebook. So you click on that little arrow thing, I'll show you, and you click Share Notebook. Now you have two options. You can create a public link, or you can invite individuals. Unless you're inviting like a ton of people, like your entire class, to view your notebook, there's really no reason to create a public link, and I would just do invite individuals. So click Invite Individuals. You type in their email addresses, so I'm just going to type in another email address I have. And here you can choose the options of what they're able to see. And this is actually where, if you have a premium account, you have a slight advantage, because in the premium account, you can actually allow others to edit notes within the notebook. It's not really such a big deal because there's not really going to be a lot of changing of notes the way I'm going to show you. Really, everyone just enters notes in and collects them together. But if you want that ability, you're going to have to sign up for a premium account. But on the free account, you can choose whether you want the person to view notes or just view notes in activity. I don't really know why one or over the other. I could just choose that one. So you can add a message like, hey, here's our Tesla notebook, whatever. Okay. Send an invitation. And you can, change it again here. You can email users. You can send a reminder. It's kind of like Dropbox. Now you're done. So now that we have our Tesla project notebook set up, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start a new note. So you click here on New Note, and your note comes up. So let's say you just sat in a brainstorming meeting where everyone on your team talked about different ideas, and you took notes, which is what I like to do, and you put them into, I use TextEdit, and you have this really long document with all your notes in it about your Tesla strategy. So what a lot of people will do in this instance is they'll then save this and email it to everyone. I think that's super inefficient. It gets really messy really fast, mainly because email is for communication. This isn't communication. This is actually you're sharing something with somebody, you're collaborating. So what I do is I copy all of that and I paste it into here, into this new note, and I'm going to give it a title, Tesla brainstorm session, call it whatever you want. And now it's in my Tesla project notebook. You can see I have 2 notes in there for some reason. I've got a second note, but there's a note inside this Tesla project notebook. That's great. Now all my team members that are sharing on the notebook will be able to see this. But here's another place where Evernote becomes really powerful for organizing things. So imagine you're, getting ready to make a presentation. So you have some people on the team working on finding out information about the strategy, some people about competition, some people are looking at the stock price. Everyone's looking at different things. Everyone's going to gather all sorts of information, and it's all going to end up here in your, in this notebook. It's going to get really messy really fast, and this is where Evernote is great not only for collaborating, but also for keeping things organized. And the way you do that is with tags. Like I said, Evernote works like a database, so you can tag and index things in a database. So here you can tag everything. So I'm going to give this the strategy tag because this is related to strategy, and it's also related to our research. Okay, you can give anything any tag you want. It's really just a matter of how you use them. And the more efficiently you create tags, the more efficiently you'll be organized. And then there's a bunch of things you can do with these notes. You can change the font and the size, and you can add checkboxes and all the things you would expect that you'd be able to do with a document. That's what you can do in Evernote. Okay, so I just went ahead and I put a couple things in our Tesla project notebook just to give it a couple things to put in it, and I could show you how the tags work. So I just grabbed a screenshot of the stock price, some growth charts, a picture of a Model S, all pretty standard, just to give you a sense of how the tags work. So you have your list of tags right here, and I gave this one the tag of car pics because there's going to be a lot of pictures of cars. So I just click on the car pics tag, and everything with that tag shows up here. Or if I want to see the research things, the 2 things I have with the research, Tesla data and this brainstorming session notes, both have the research tag, so they're both going to pop up there. Now, this is great for keeping organized. Another really great feature that Evernote allows you to do is, let's say you have something stored on your computer and you want to get it into your Evernote notebook. Or let's say you find a link and you have Gmail open and you want to just send it really quickly. So Evernote gives you this really cool feature where you can actually email stuff straight to Evernote simply by using a little email address. So the way that works is you click up here on your account and you go to account settings, and then scroll down a tiny bit. You'll see this email notes to, and a goofy little address with a lot of random characters in it right here. So I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to paste it into an email. And so the way that works is pretty cool. So I just open up an email here. I'm going to paste that address in there. I already have it saved in my computer as Evernote, but this is, you can see what the address is. Now let's say I have a picture of the Tesla logo on my computer that I want to share with people on my team. So I'm going to look for this nice red logo, and I actually also want to include the other logo. Choose file. Now both of these are here inside this email. Now what makes this really cool and really great for organizing things is you can actually have your email go straight into your Evernote, straight into a notebook with tags on it. This saves you a lot of time. So I'm going to give it the title Tesla logos, and I want to send it to the notebook, to our Tesla project notebook. So I do @Tesla project, and then I want to give it the tag logos, and I want it to be tagged under research, just because it's part of my research. Send this email, and go back into Evernote by clicking go to notes. Now if you wait a second, you will see as soon as this loads, now you heard the email just sent, if you go into, by the time I already got into my Evernote account, this email is already here. It has Tesla logos, and it's tagged research. Now one thing, I actually made a mistake. I didn't create the logos tag before I sent an email. This is actually a good lesson. In order for the email tagging system to work, you have to have the tag already. So what I should have done is I should have gone new tag logos and then sent the email. Whatever, that's a mistake. Good that you learned that. So now if I want to give it the logos tag, I could just go here, logos. And that's how you email things into Evernote. Again, Evernote's really powerful. It's really great for staying organized. You have everything here in one place. In your Tesla project, everyone shared on this Tesla project notebook could see everything, and it's really, really useful.